back in the summer of 2019, what would now be known as one of the most lopsided trades in NBA history occurred between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Clippers. It got OKC a championship this year and could even have them on the verge of a dynasty, while the Clippers only made one conference final since then and haven't made it past the first round in 4 years now. But did you know that this trade actually roots from a butterfly effect that dates back to when the Thunder were still the Seattle SuperSonics? Let's talk about this butterfly effect that would allow OKC to take advantage of the Clippers being impatient and swinging for the fences many years later. The story began when the Thunder were still the Seattle SuperSonics and Sam Presti just became the GM. He took the job as the Sonics were entering a rebuild phase in 2007, and he has been doing a masterful job dating all the way back to the day he took the job. We just didn't know it yet. He traded Ray Allen to the Celtics for the 5th overall pick in Jeff Green and drafted Kevin Durant with the 2nd overall pick. When Rashard Lewis signed with the Orlando Magic, a sign-and trade was worked out where all the Sonics got back for a guy coming off a career-high 22 points per game while shooting 39% from 3 was a trade exception worth $9 million. Little did anyone know that the trade exception would actually lead to anything meaningful. Presti traded that trade exception to the Phoenix Suns for Kurt Thomas and 2 first-round picks, one of them becoming Serge Ibaka in 2008. The team relocated and became the Oklahoma City Thunder before the 2008-09 season. The Thunder drafted a young core of Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Serge Ibaka from 2007-09 that would get them to the finals in 2012, only to lose to the Miami Heat. When it came time to pay Harden though, KD, Westbrook, and Ibaka had already signed their extensions. The Thunder traded Harden, who wasn't satisfied with the offer he was given, to avoid going over the luxury tax, to Houston. Many argue that the Thunder would have won a championship or two if they kept Harden, since they never got as close to winning it all again after trading him. At the end of the day, that's only a what if, but what's not a what if? Keeping Ibaka and trading him years later led to the construction of the current team. Fast forward to 2016, after OKC blew a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors in the conference finals. They traded Serge Ibaka to the Orlando Magic for Victor Oladipo, Ersan Ilyasova, and the draft rights to Domantas Sabonis. Kevin Durant left in free agency for the Warriors to win the 2 easiest rings in NBA history. After Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double for the season and won MVP, but the Thunder lost in the first round, Presti traded Oladipo and Sabonis to the Pacers for Paul George. The Thunder also acquired Carmelo Anthony from the Knicks to form a big three of Westbrook, PG, and Melo that fell way short of their expectations. PG re-signed for 4 years, $137 million, while Melo was gone after 1 year. Westbrook and PG still couldn't get the Thunder out of the first round, which is when the construction of the current team that just won a championship really kicked off. The Thunder made the now infamous trade with the Clippers in July of 2019, sending Paul George for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, 5 future first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps. SGA was coming off a solid rookie season, but no one knew yet that he would be just the 4th player in NBA history to ever win the scoring title, regular season MVP, and finals MVP, all in one season 6 years later. The Clippers did this all for the sake of convincing Kawhi Leonard to join them after he just won finals MVP with the Raptors. The idea was that Kawhi and PG could lead the Clippers to their first championship in franchise history, but they never even made it to the finals and have yet to make it out of the first round since the one conference finals trip they made in 2021. Next, the Thunder traded Russell Westbrook to Houston for Chris Paul, which helped OKC make it to the 2020 playoffs, but only to lose to the Rockets in 7 games in the first round. The rebuild officially began with trading Chris Paul to the Suns and promoting Mark Daigneault from assistant coach to head coach. The Thunder would miss the playoffs for the next 3 seasons, but SGA was gradually becoming one of the better scorers in the NBA, and by 2023, he started his stretch of averaging 30 points per game or more for 3 straight seasons, made his first All-Star game, and finished 5th in MVP voting. The Thunder also got to reap the benefits of the Paul George SGA trade during this time by drafting their second best player in Jalen Williams and traded one defensive stopper in Derek Lively for another in Cason Wallace with the first round picks they got from the Clippers. The Thunder also drafted Chet Holmgren with their own pick at number 2 in the 2023 NBA draft. Chet may have battled injuries a lot since coming into the NBA, but has started every regular season and playoff game he's ever played in and made his mark in the biggest game with an NBA Finals Game 7 record 5 blocks. The Thunder finally broke out last season and got the number 1 seed, but lost in the second round. Then they traded Josh Giddey, their 6th overall pick from 2021, who did not pan out, for Alex Caruso and signed Isaiah Hartenstein to bolster their defense. Now they are NBA champions and are still not done reaping the benefits of the Paul George SGA trade. The Thunder have the 15th overall pick in this year's draft, which is one they received from the Clippers in the SGA trade. They have an unprotected first round pick from the Clippers next year and the right to swap picks with the Clippers in 2027. Not only that though, but the Thunder also have a top 5 protected first round pick in 2027, which they received from the Nuggets for Peyton Watson, who they drafted with the pick they received from the Suns for Chris Paul. The only way the Nuggets get to keep that first round pick is if it ends up being in the top 5, which is definitely not going to happen as long as Nikola Jokic is still in Denver. The Thunder also have the 44th overall pick in the second round that they acquired from the Atlanta Hawks in November of 2020 for Danilo Gallinari. Chances of that pick amounting to anything may be low, but the Thunder have 3 second round picks in Isaiah Hartenstein, Aaron Wiggins, and Isaiah Joe, and 2 undrafted players in Lou Dort and Alex Caruso as rotational players on this year's championship team. So never say never, right? So Sam Presti has been working his magic since the OKC Thunder were in their final days as the Seattle SuperSonics. He's mastered the art of building from the ground up. He made the Thunder contenders in the early to mid 2010s with homegrown stars, and trading one of his homegrown starters from that time led to the Thunder being where they are now. Congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Also, hopefully Tyrese Halliburton can come back strong from his Achilles tear. So unfortunate that one of the most clutch shooting NBA playoff runs in recent memory had to end the way it did, but OKC built a championship team from the ground up and they may not be done winning anytime soon. What do you make of the butterfly effect dating back to Rashard Lewis's sign and trade that brought him to Orlando, leading to the construction of this year's NBA champions? How many more championships do you think the core that OKC has now can win? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. If you want to see more from me, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications to never miss out. If you're already subscribed, thanks so much for your support as always, and if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the team. Links to my social media are down below for my more immediate reactions to what's going on in the sports world. If you'd like to see my most recent video and the one that YouTube recommends, both are up above. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.